Good morning, civil engineering and architecture. Let's go ahead and wrap up this project. If you're at this step, hopefully you have a completed shed. And now we're going to put all the components in a presentable format that's going to help me grade it. And it's also the same format you would have your projects in if you were handing them off to either a civil engineer or an architect. It's a format that they could understand and understand what they had to do with said blueprints in a sense. So, in your project browser, you have an area called Sheets. Right click on that, go to New Sheet, click on that, and right now we're looking for a B11 by 17 option. Chances are, since this is the first time you're using this, you don't have this option, and if you don't, click on the load button over here, and then you have your components. Scroll down to the bottom to where it says Titleblocks. Double click on that, and here you should have your B11 by 17 horizontal paper. So I'm going to select that. It should load now, and now if you double click on it, you're going to be shown a title block. Some of you who had me last year will remember title blocks. We did a lot of orthographic and isometric shapes on these. Now we're using them to show different sides of a building, different views of a building, and also finished products. So it has a lot more potential in this class than it did in IED. Go ahead, put your name over here, and you can do that just by selecting it a few times. Type in your name. On the bottom line, type in the shed project. Over here, do the same thing. Type in the shed project. And now, click on one of these. Oh, and it works like that? Sometimes it doesn't. But if it doesn't, what you can do is select the whole thing, and you should be able to adjust it over here. So date issued would be, let's see, what day? 9 of the 24th, 2014. Author, Zachariah. Checker, that means someone who checked your design. Have someone in the class look at your design, but you know what, we don't really need it for this project. Designer, that'd be you again. Whoops. So on and so forth. So a whole lot of that information isn't relevant to us for this project, but when we do the next project, which is massive, it's going to take a lot more time. So this is going to be our elevation sheet, and we're going to have our north, south, east, and west elevations on this sheet in that order. So over where it says elevations, grab the north one and drag it onto the sheet and let go. And you're going to notice it's showing up right now. I'm going to click it down, and it worked. It placed it on my sheet. Only problem is it's kind of way too massive. So I'm actually going to delete that. I'm going to head over to the north view, and I'm going to select this line. And when you do that, circles appear on each end, and you can scale it down like that. And a circle's also here, close to this end, and you can scale it down there as well by just grabbing the circle and dragging it closer to the building. Okay, so that looks a lot better. I'm going to check the other elevations, and it looks like we're going to have to adjust this for all the elevations. So I'm just going to adjust it by just selecting the line and then the circle. Okay, all of them look fine now, so we can keep it like that. Let's head back to our sheet that we created. And now, let's grab the north, south, east, and west. And I'm going to move this one to be horizontal with that one, and this one like that, like that. Okay, so we have all 4 elevations on this sheet. An architect can look at this and quickly understand what each side of the building looks like. So that's our first sheet. Let's go ahead and create another sheet now. Right click, new sheet, B11 by 17, okay. And I'm thinking, let's head back to this sheet real quick and change this from the shed project to elevations. Yeah, and it'll change it over here. So that's your elevations. This sheet, the second sheet, we're going to use this for our schedules. So write the word schedules over here. And what a schedule is it's something that shows you all the components used in your house. So when I say components, I mean like windows and doors and possibly other things like electrical and so on and so forth. But for this project, all we had were windows and doors. So we need to create some schedules to represent that. So to create schedules, go over to the schedule/quantities in the project browser, right click on it, go to new schedules quantities, click on that, and find the first thing we created, which was doors. Here are doors. Double click on that, and the things we want to know about our doors are the family. So I'm going to click on family. I'm going to go to add. We want to know the width of the door, and we want to know the height of the door. And we can also get all this other information, but since we're just making a shed, we're going to keep it simple. Family, width, and height. I'm going to click OK, and boom, it created a schedule for our doors. So what this says is we have 2 doors. They are both single decorative doors with a width of 3 feet and a height of 7 feet. So that's one of our schedules. Let's do the same thing for our windows. So go back to schedules, right click, new schedule, find windows, right over here, click OK, family, add, width, add, and height, add. Okay, and here's our window schedule, and we have a combination RTP with trim, although your windows might be different. So head back to your sheet, open up the folder of your schedules, and grab your door schedule, drop it in, grab your window schedule, drop it in. For this project, those are the only schedules we need. For other projects, these lists will be much more longer, and there may be more of them. Cool. Let's go ahead and add another sheet. Right-click, new sheet. This is going to be all our floor views. So hover up here and grab the floor view on the floor plan. Drag and drop. Oh boy, this one's big. Or not really that big. It just looks like the cameras are very far apart. So I'm actually going to delete that. Head over to the floor view. Zoom out. And I'm going to grab the cameras and I'm going to bring them closer. Whoops. Did I not grab the camera? I'm going to bring the cameras closer to the actual project. Okay, that should fix it. I'm going to head back to the new sheet we created. Grab a floor. Yep, perfect. There's our floor plan. Grab the roof. And that's our roof. And you can see even here, it provides us with information. 1/8 of an inch is equal to 1 foot. so an architect or a civil engineer can quickly understand what we created. And we're going to rename this to floor plans. Okay. And last but not least, our final sheet, which is going to be renderings. So that's that thing we created at the end, our 3D rendering. If we hover over and find the renderings folder and open that up, we have that rendering we made. Go ahead, drag it, drop it, and for this project, that's all you need, a 3D rendering of the shed. There you go. If you printed out all 4 of these sheets and turned them into an engineer or an architect, everything would be awesome. So, you have everything done. Save this, turn this in to your folder on the drop-off area, and then congratulations, you are completed the shed project.